Hey yo, what's up everyone? It's your boy Carl back at it again. New day, the end of the grind, yo. Oh shit. We made it, guys. Today is the deadline day of the R Public R Grind push, meaning we are done today. Today is everything is due for today. And yeah, shit. 11 weeks, technically 10, but 11 weeks of drawing every day, posting daily on YouTube, uploading, that's the correct word, daily on YouTube, doing the art grind in order to improve a specific skill, which is mastering character drawing. And yeah, so today I'm gonna make a review of my art. So I'm currently recording as well on for YouTube to upload later. But for those watching me on YouTube, I'm currently streaming right now on Twitch, and you can catch me on Twitch every Monday, Wednesday, Friday from 10 a.m. to 1 p.m. EST, and every Sunday from 4 p.m. to 7 p.m. EST playing some RPGs. We're currently playing Chrono Trigger right now on the Twitch channel. So if you're interested, come by the stream, and chill with us or grind with us, depending on what day you coming to the stream. But other than that, for this week, actually it's gonna be different because this week I won't be streaming because I'll be entering in my vacation arc. And also, since I'm entering to my vacation arc, I like to call it like that, I'll be in vacation, to make it simple. Today is the last stream as well, for until September, and also the last video until September. When I'm coming back to September, I'm gonna not restart, but I'm gonna come back to the grind again. I'm gonna change some things here and there. I might update some things on the Twitch layouts and all this stuff, and also update the art business side of things, like with the mascot and all this stuff. I'm gonna make some changes here and there. That's gonna progressively come when I come back from vacation. I already got some ideas that I want to input there, but I didn't apply them. I'm gonna start applying them when I come back from vacation. For now, I just spent 11 weeks drawing every day. I think I deserve a vacation, even though I think I deserve one. I feel like I want to keep grinding. I don't want to lose my momentum, because I've been seeing that I've been really at it when I started doing the character design project, and I want to continue. But I'm gonna give myself a break because I've heard that it can happen magically, that when you take a good break and then you come back, you're even better than before. So we'll see that when I come back for September. And yeah, but I'll still be grading the art, even though I'll be on vacation. I bought myself a tablet 2 weeks ago, or like last week. Last week I bought a tablet. Yeah, no, 2 weeks ago. Yeah, I bought a tablet so I can exactly draw on the go, And yo, Patch, welcome to the stream. And yeah, so I bought a tablet so I can keep up the grind. I'm gonna do some light practice, light fundamental works, and also I want to get used to draw on the tablet at the same time. And so yeah, I'm gonna still grind the art, but lighter than usual. I'm not gonna do a full 2-hour session, which is ironic because my goal for each session was to make a minimum of 30 minutes, a maximum to 1 hour. But because I'm streaming on Twitch, I do the grind for 2 to 3 hours max, and sometimes even more, because after the stream I keep drawing sometimes. So I'm like, bro, I didn't respect the time frame that I give myself for doing the grind every day, but it's still good. I'm putting more time to the work, putting more time to the thing that I like to do on my daily basis. So it's not a bad thing. This is that I set myself to at least do 30 minutes minimum and 1 hour maximum, but I did more than that. It's not bad, but yeah. Anyway, so today, like I said, I'm gonna review what we did for the Art Public Art Grand Push. So what you're seeing right now here is the art book cover, the digital art book cover that I'm gonna make also when I'm coming back from vacation. I'm gonna start working on it in the small time frame that I have now before vacation, because I'm leaving on Thursday. But I'm gonna today, tomorrow, and Wednesday I'm gonna work on a little bit of art book so I can have less to do when I come back from vacation. So I'll just have to finish it and put it in the Discord, put it on the website, so you guys can download it for free. And for those watching on YouTube in the future where it's going to be available, you can join the Discord as well. The link is already in the description box below for those watching on YouTube. And also I'll put the link to the digital art book in there, which is going to compile all the sketches that I did for the challenge for the past 10 weeks. And yeah, so you'll be able to see all of that. And also towards the end, you're gonna see the final project, which is the character design project, where I redesigned my mascot Carla, that I'm gonna use often, or try to use often, for my social media. So if whenever I'm doing something special, I'm gonna draw Carla. And also you'll see some of my characters on my manga elementals a bit more often. This is those two things that I want to put emphasis on. And also, you know, the RPG side of things, you know, like drawing RPG characters and all the stuff. You're gonna see a lot of that thing with my art. That's how I want to be known as an artist, the guy that draw a lot of RPG stuff, and the guy that draws manga elementasia. And you got a mascot called Carla, who doesn't have a story, and a serious story, but she's just here to be pretty and stuff, you know. So yeah. But anyway, so let me bring the whatchamacallit, the board. If you remember, at the beginning of the challenge, or pre-beginning of the challenge, I don't remember. And by the way, for those watching on Twitch right now, in 6 minutes and 40 seconds, the ad's gonna play. So if you don't want to get interrupted and be able to keep up with the art review that I'm doing, or the challenge review that I'm doing, feel free to sub the channel using the Twitch Prime, or using the normal sub, or you can use the Twitch Scam, Turbo Boost, Ether, whatever. But yeah, so if you remember, at the beginning of the challenge, or pre-challenge, I did a board using this app called Milano. Let me put my mic here. Let me put this here, and yeah, and here we go. Oh, it's too far away. Never mind, because I was starting to speak out, some of my voice going down. Okay, I'm gonna try my best to keep it close to me. Okay, so if you remember, we did this board here, and this is just to organize myself, to see what is the goal, what is the plan, you know, what we're doing in this challenge, you know. And if we go here, let me take my pen. If we go here, we got here's the goal. So the goal was to master character drawing, character design, cartooning, simplification, balance, proportion, anatomy. That was the main goal of this challenge. And my big head is hiding a little bit of the thing, but it's okay. So that was the main goal of this challenge, and I've been talking about it a lot. So in order to achieve this goal here, I had two things to do here. So I'm doing some anatomy studies, optimize the knowledge, because at this point of time, I already done doing all my anatomy studies. I think it was only the feet that I did study. Or did I study the feet at the previous challenge? I don't remember actually. I don't actually remember. I think at this time I was already done with all the anatomy, because I've just finished doing a run of all my anatomy studies. So I spent a year doing daily, or almost daily, every day, doing some anatomy studies, each body part every day. Not each body part every day, but you know, like there will be weeks or months that I will study one body part, then I'll move on to the next body part. So I started last year back in July-ish I started. And I started with the torso, and after that I went to the head. Then from the head I went to the arms. To the arms I went to the hands. And to the hands I went to the... Actually, wait. No, I did torso, head, pelvis, arms, hands, legs, feet. And feet was the last thing that I did this year. I did it, I think I did it for the previous challenge, where it ended in June, in like a week or 2 weeks before the actual this actual challenge that we just finished today. And yeah, so at this point I was just like, you know what, I know my anatomy pretty much, or I think I know my anatomy pretty at this time I thought that I knew my anatomy pretty much. And yeah, so at this point we're just gonna optimize the knowledge. So you saw me doing some anatomy studies that I'm gonna pull up real quick. If I can find them. Yep, okay, I can find them. Actually, I think I can find this here. Man, got so many files. Oh, here we go. So we did a bunch of anatomy review. So yeah, so for week 1 I was week 1 and week 2 I was mainly focused on drawing the head. So I did some skull review. I did the 2 session of those. Yes, I did 2 sessions. So I did 1 session where I was drawing the skull in many angles, and another session where I did just the main orthographic views, so front, side, back, and 3/4 view. And I gotta say, I pretty much got it. Like when it comes to anatomy in general, I know my stuff, and this is why I was just mainly focused on optimizing the knowledge instead of studying it, because I already know it. It was just a refresher, and I was doing this for every week. So week 1 and week 2 I did some head. Week 3, week 4 we did the torso. So yeah, I remember that as well. So I did more torsos than the heads, than the skulls here. So I did like 1, 2, 3, 4 sessions. Yeah. So 1, I was studying just the normal views, the side, front, side, back view. Then after that, wait, what? Oh, okay, I just remembered. So upper body. So yeah, I did the upper body in entirety. So yeah, in my head I was still thinking about the anatomy studies that I did last year, where I was doing everything part by part. So yeah, so for week 2 to week 3 to week 4, we did upper body stuff. So torsos, arms, hand specific studies, and also just a more specific study on how the torso moved, because I had difficulties drawing the torso. Well, difficulties. Okay, yeah, difficulties. We're gonna call it like that. Difficulties to draw the torso twisting certain angles. So I did a practice studying from real life references on how to draw the torso torso when it's twisting. Like, so I will be able to draw bodies in a more accurate way, and also I can make some more dynamic dynamic poses, more fluid poses, because sometimes the poses are twisting and other stuff, and I don't capture this twist here. And yeah, so we did a specific study for this. Then after that, for week 5 and 6, that was the last time that I started that I did some anatomy review with you guys. So we did some pelvis and I did some legs. Oh, we didn't do legs? What? Preposterous, I didn't do legs? Huh? Okay, what the fuck? I didn't do legs. I was sure that I did some legs. Oh yeah, I did it. Okay, I did leg studies. I think it's posted on Discord as well. Let me check real quick. The reason why I don't have the leg sketches here is because I made some in the time I was doing the upper leg or grand push, I switched computers. If you remember, in this time, if you remember correctly, I switched computers, and the file did, well, for some reason it didn't save. Like the file when I start to do the leg study on my computer, and I switched to the new one. I didn't have my sketches for the legs, but it's in there. I did it. Yeah, and I was too lazy to redo it, because I was like, yo, look, I did it. I even posted on the Discord. I'm not gonna redo it. Okay, yeah, here we go. So here we go. We got our leg study here. Ha! I got some proof. I got a receipt. I'm not slacking, guys. Yeah. For a second, I was like, wait, did I really skip the legs? I skipped leg days? I mean, I do that. I used to do it in the gym, but I want to do it in art. I'm not that stupid, right? That's why I'm gonna review the whole body, so let's review it in its entirety. But yeah. So we did the legs, and yeah. So after those weeks were done, week 7, 8, 9, 10. Actually, week 7, 8. Yeah, week 7, 8. We didn't do any anatomy review, or I didn't do any anatomy review. I just went straight to drawing poses every day. So I went for simple poses, then after that dynamic poses and hyperdynamic poses, so eye angles, low angles, and all this stuff. So this is what we did for this entire week. So I was practicing anatomy, but not the anatomy. I was practicing how to simplify my anatomy, which was one of the goals here. uh cartooning simplification. You know, that was one of the goals here to master character drawing, because the way I want to draw, as you can see in the example down there, I wanted to draw like those artists that inspire me when it comes to the aesthetic and the style of cartooning. So Tetsuya Nomura's artwork and Color Reaper's work. So I put some of their work here to just a reminder, so inspiration to come back to whenever I want to draw those characters. And yeah, so for this I had to learn how they draw their structure, how they simplify their anatomy, what are shape language they use for to other character designs and all this stuff. And this is where I started to do daily master studies, if you remember. So every day for the week I did some master studies. You can see here. So I did for the first week, that was the head, I did some master studies of Color Reaper, and I did pretty well, you know, recopying the style aesthetic of the artist. And also every day, once I did the master study, I went ahead and do my own heads drawing. So every day I was doing a performance practice. I was sketching a character from an RPG or a character from my manga, or you know, whatever, a character that I like, you know, every day. And the goal was to apply the knowledge that I gained from the master study of the day, you know. So yeah, and I'm not gonna lie, I had a tough time to apply it. So I first started drawing heads like this, you know, and as you remember, I said that I wasn't happy with the way I was drawing the heads, you know, because wait, did I skip a day? Okay, this was the okay, no. Oh, okay, because it was a test day. Okay, so I told you guys, after 2 weeks of doing the heads, you know, I wasn't happy with the way I was drawing them, because I felt like I wasn't drawing in the style that I wanted to. I felt like I was forcing myself drawing in a way that I wasn't appealing to me, you know, or that I was drawing in a way that is not me, and I didn't like it. So what I did, for every Friday, I was doing an illustration test, you know, if you remember. So those were the two first tests that I did here. Here we go. So we got the first two tests here. So this was test 1 and test 2, and I didn't like the way I did them. So what I did a run back session, and I did a remake of those heads. And I don't know if I still have okay, I got those. Okay, I got them here. So this is the, oh wait, no, so this is the remake. Okay, that was the original one. Okay. So this was the original head that I did, and this one as well. I didn't like them because I was drawing in a way that wasn't my way, the way I wanted to draw my stuff in that aesthetic that I wanted to draw. So I decided to do a run back on that, and this is what we came up with. It got a bit better when it comes to the aesthetic and all this stuff, but it was still lacking. Now the structure was still lacking. There was a bit of proportion issues, especially here around the neck and all this stuff. So but at the time I didn't notice those things, but now that I know better, I finally noticed it. So yeah, so that was week 1 and week 2. Then now we go ahead to week 3 and 4. This is where we started to do half bodies, the upper body. So I start drawing more upper body of the characters that I like. So you can see here, this is a Uni from Little Big Chronicle 3. Did the torso studies as well, and yeah, so that was the thing. So also every week I was studying 2 artists at the same time, right? So on the 1 week I will study Color Reaper, and the other week I will study Tetsuya Nomura. I will alternate between those two because I want to capture something specific from this artist. For Color Reaper, my goal was to capture his structure, his way drawing, the way he was drawing his characters, because I like the shape language that he used. So you can see here, you can see it here. When I start drawing, actually let me open in the web so I can zoom in. So you can see here that I was tracing over the reference to see the shape language that he used to draw the character, and from there I will redraw it on the side using the same shape language, so I can have results similar to his. Okay, so let's go to 100%. So yeah, to get us something similar to his. And honestly, I for color reapers, I manage most of the time like I hit like I'll give myself like a 80-85% close to the reference. You know, like if the reason why I'm not at 90% plus is because, you know, I'm not in the artist's head. You know, there's some decisions that I'm making that I think that he made, but I'm not sure that's what he actually made. I'm just assuming that's what he did. And so being 100% close as the artist, I'm not saying it's impossible, but to be completely like be able to draw like the same like the artist, I think it's a bit impossible, because there will be some decision that the artist make that you don't necessarily know, unless this artist came to you and they say, yo, this is what I'm thinking about when I'm doing this thing, this is what I see, this is how my thought process work, you know. But in my case, I couldn't have access to the thought process of the artist, so I just have to make assumption of, okay, this is what he did, this is the shape I'm seeing, this is what he probably used. And yeah, but I still managed to get a result that is close to that. And also I lost my train of thought. Shit, I forgot what I was about to say. Yeah, that's what I was saying. So also for color reapers work, it was easier also to learn the way he draws, because he posts his sketches often on his social, and his sketches, if you take the time to analyze them, to look at them, you can still see the structure under his sketches, you know, like the guidelines, you know, like where he traced the line for the eyes, where he traced the line for the torso and all this stuff. So it was easier to study his sketches. And honestly, if you're studying an artist, you're doing any master studies, try to find their sketches, because some artists doesn't clean their sketches that much, so they're gonna leave it as it is. And you can see the guidelines, and from the guidelines, if you can take the time to study the guidelines, study the structure of the sketch, you'll be able to replicate close to the artist, you know, because it will depend on your skill level, of course, your skill level of observation, and you'll be able to replicate that. And honestly, one thing that I'm realized doing those master studies over those past 11 weeks, well, actually I stopped doing the master studies around week 6, yeah, week 6 I stopped doing the master studies. I realized that I got a good observation skill, honestly. I think that's something that got better because I spent a year just doing observation. And yeah, and by the way, welcome to the stream, Greg. I just don't want to lose my thought process, so that's why I'm not reading your message, but I'm gonna read it after. So yeah, so I think because of my mentorship of last year, you know, because I spent a lot of time. Most of my practices were just observation sketches, observation drawing, you know, drawing realistic sketches, drawing other artist sketches and all this stuff. Always analyzing, observing, and pushing those observations, you know, like seeing the small details so I can exactly capture the flow, the structure, and all this stuff. It was hard, but it was worth it, because now I'm able to easily capture those things by just looking at them, you know. Like I don't really need to trace over it, but the fact that I trace over it actually helped me even more. So yeah. So that's one thing that I advise you guys. So if you're doing a master study, actually try to find their sketches if they posted somewhere on their Twitter, Instagram, or website, you know, because it's kind of hard to find. It can be hard to study directly from a finished piece, because you know there's a lot of details. Well, it depends on the character design as well, you know, like the character design I'm studying from Tetsuya Nomura are not that complex. It's pretty much easy to see some of the details, and also the body structure, even though some characters has baggy clothing. One thing that I realized from Tetsuya Nomura works though is that I had a hard time to do his master studies because of the baggy clothing. So I had to make I had to assume what the shape of the body looks like. Let me pull the actual master study folder here. Yeah, as you can see here. Yeah, so see, I have to figure out what the body looks like under the clothing and all this stuff. You know, I'm not sure it looks like this, but this is what I'm assuming. It still works though, you know. I still managed to understand a little bit the shape language of the body, and make my way through it, and I drew on top of it the clothing with another layer because I didn't want to mess these things up. And yeah, so yeah, try to find some sketches so you can you'll be able to understand what the artist's thought process is. So yeah, so that's pretty much it for the master studies. And like I said, every 2 weeks I was doing something new. So the first 2 weeks were heads, week 3 and 4 were half bodies, and week 5, 6 were full bodies. And I really start struggling when I start doing full bodies, and struggling in a sense like I wasn't able to draw the way I wanted to. Let me go in the Discord. So yeah, I was doing a lot of art bodies. So yeah, so this is my performance sketch of the day, and this is the master study. This is for the art bodies. So yeah, Color Reaper did a pretty much a good job when it comes to the master studies. But then Tetsuya Nomura was struggling a little bit. I was struggling a little bit here and there, which is ironic because the result at the end is it doesn't seem like it with the result at the end. So yeah, so that was my daily studies. So yeah, I did some legs like I told you guys. I got the receipt, I did them. I just don't have the file anymore because it didn't transfer properly. But yeah, so yeah, so that's pretty much it when it comes to abilities. And now that's it for the practice. Now for the test. So every Friday I was doing a test, and every time I was always asking feedback to many discords. So you can see there's a lot of discords here, right? Well, you can see all of them, but there's a lot of discord over here, and I post my work everywhere to ask for feedback. Like, yo, what do I need to make to make my fundamentals better, like what is lacking and all this stuff. And this is something that you really need to do as an artist, is always ask feedback, because we artists are too close to our artworks, so we tend to not see our flaws in our work. So it's good to ask always for feedback. And for this challenge I had to ask feedback because I really want to master character drawing. And like I said, by mastering character drawing, what I mean by that is that I want to be better at drawing, doing character designs, cartooning, simplification, balance, proportion, anatomy. That's what I mean by mastering. And I knew that by the end of the challenge I wouldn't master fully character drawing. I will have a certain mastery, I will get better, I will improve toward this mastery. That's one thing for sure. So this is why I was asking for feedback, and every time I got feedback I will always do a redo version of the sketch. For some reason I don't know why I don't have the redo sketches. I only have the finished product of oh, okay, it's because I didn't do the same week, that's why. Okay, so I showed you guys the portraits, right? So that was my first upper body sketch, and then I did a remake after that. I got the review. So here the main issue was the head from a low angle. I had a hard time to draw heads from low angle. I was always cheating my way through it, like by drawing the full chin, but it doesn't work like that. You have to draw, like, leave something. Even here is not that great, but now I can do better than that because I practice it. I practice. I did studies, because if you remember, I spent a day just doing this, doing heads in different angles, and now I'm using this as my blueprint to draw heads. So I explicitly I intentionally drew head in the style I wanted to draw them, and draw them multiple angles. So now I can, if I forget how to draw a head at a certain angle, I can always go back here and say, okay, this is how I do it, So I got my Bible, my blueprint on how I draw heads in my style, which is pretty much the anime style that everyone uses in general. But yeah, it's good. It was a good practice, doing all those angles. And yeah, so yeah, so see, I practiced drawing the head in a low angle here, and I did this like weeks after I did this one, so this is why it's still scuffed a little bit. Then after that, my second upper body test here. So here I made some mistakes with the arm. Like this arm here was too big. If I remember correctly, yeah, the arm was too big. The placement of the ear was too high. It was too big as well. And this is where I noticed something as well, is that I was starting to focus too much on the details. And the reason why I was focusing on details is because I still had this fear, or this I don't know what word I can use to explain it, but I had this fear of not being able to draw the character in a way that people can recognize it, you know. I drew what is his name again? Adult Kristen from Ease, from the Ease series, and I started to add all the details because I wanted people to recognize the character. And because I was so focused on the detail, that I started to make some fundamental mistakes. I start to focus more on details than fundamentals. So this is why when I was doing my sketches like this, when I do the redo, I focus more on the fundamental, and I had some details here and there just to make it feel full, you know, because or else it will be empty. So yeah, so I start to when I'm doing my redo sketches, I focus more on the fundamentals. And this is where I realized that, okay, I need a bit more study on the torso twist, you know, because I had some difficulties with it, you know, like this year. Like here I did better than this one, a bit better, but I needed to work more on it, on the torso twist. So I did the torso twist practice that I showed you earlier in the stream. So yeah, and yeah, so that was week 5 and 6, no, 3 and 4, 3 and 4. So it's because it's half bodies. So let me close those things here. So we're not gonna get confused with all the files here. So let me read the chat a little bit. Happy Canada Days, 2 months and a half too late, but happy Canada Days anyways. How are you? I'm doing well, Greg. Wait, Canada was 2 months ago? 2 months ago? I didn't even know that. Your style and finishing are insane. Great execution. Sign someone who can draw at all. Yeah, thank you. I really appreciate that. And you know, I'm pretty sure you can draw something like, if you can draw a stick figure, you can draw. So yeah. And after that, you just have to be patient enough to upgrade your skills. You know, like you do some, well, I don't know where you are in your art journey in general, but if you're just getting started, just draw for fun. You know, don't focus on don't focus on the studies, on all the stuff that I'm doing, because I've been drawing since 2018, and I've reached a point where I want to take art really seriously. So this is why I'm doing all those studies here. So don't feel pressure to all this stuff. So you just enjoy the art journey and draw for fun, and then eventually after a couple months, years even, maybe you can start, you know, taking art more seriously and start to grind the art. So yeah, but thank you, I really appreciate the comment. So yeah, so now we are into week 5 and 6, the last weeks where I did the master studies also for the full body. So yeah, we are here now. So yeah, full bodies, like I always, Color Reaper, Chef Kiss. I always did his studies properly. I always managed to capture the shape and language and all this stuff, and also did my own performance practice here. So yeah, and I think in this week I didn't do a lot because I was at the time that I was changing computers, or the computer was starting to be tweaking. So yeah, and also those are the 2 tests that I did this week for the full body drawing. So I did Rina from Zenless Zone Zero because that was my new addiction. It's still my new addiction till this day. And I did Chie Satonaka from Personnel 4 Golden. And I did some redo version because I got some feedback as well. Let me just find them. So yeah, so we got this redo version and this redo version. So here the issues were that I didn't have a good flow with my cloning. The head shape can be refined. Since the character were floating, people had a hard time to understand that my character was floating, so it felt a bit awkward. And that and a minor detail, you know, that sometimes we ignore, because of the position of the eyes. I had to have a more curved eyelid, and this is what I have after this version here. So this one is better. I got a better flow. The cloning, the hair is flowing together, like, you know, everything is going in an S flow, like this, S flow, SC flow, like this. No, and before, I had this thing going on here, which, you know, this line of action is not bad. Let me do it another layer. Like, I got something going on here, which was really weird. So, this one was more clear. This one is more clear. This one is like a lot going on, which is not bad on its own. It's just that the pose felt weird. So now I had a better flow, better reading on the pose here, and the clothing as well. Like, clothing goes like this. Sometimes going like this. What the heck is going on? What's that? Yeah, like going like this sometime. And now I simplified it to have everything going like this. Everything's going over here. Like making like I'm doing a counter flow, if it makes sense. Like it's ending like this, but I made the clone going like that. Same thing for the hair. So yeah, it feels more fluid. It's read better. The silhouette is also better as well. And of course, like I said, I skipped the details for those things. And for the second performance test here, I had some balance issues in general. So yeah, I had to, and also proportion issues. So the legs had to be well placed. Also the flow of things. Because one thing that I realized when I finished drawing the sketch here is that, oh wait, I could have made the skirt more flowy. Because instead of capturing the skirt at its hand state, like at the aftermath of the action, I should have captured the skirt when it's in action to make it more fully, more interesting, more dynamic. And this is something I managed to capture on my own, and this is something I would apply on my own if I had to when I was about to remake the sketch. And also other things that I need to make is to exaggerate more the leg, the cone shape of the leg, because here, if you take a look at this here, this was my leg here, the perspective of the leg. I don't have the reference anymore, but yeah, but with the reference, if you see it, the leg was more like this. It was a bit more towards the camera. And here I did something like this. So I had to exaggerate it a little bit more and make it more just a little bit, not directly toward the camera, but just like a hint that is going towards the camera here. And yeah, so I have the right curve also. Another thing that I'm until this day I'm still making this mistake, but I'm catching myself doing those mistakes, is that I always mess up my curves, mess up my perspective curves. So it feels like my art is flat sometimes, and also it feels like I always give the wrong perspective, because here, see the part here, it's flat, it's boring, but here it's better. Now we can tell there's an actual shape, an actual form going on here. Here's just a flat shape, and you can even see it when you go like this. When you look at this part here, it feels flat. But now that I curved the, what the heck? Give me my lasso tool, please. Okay. Then now that I did this here, this round shape here, now we have a more 3D shape going on. Now it has the right perspective, the right forms, the right volume, and all this stuff. So yeah, that's one thing that I got for feedback for this test. And then after that we have reached the last two tests of the Hyperbolic Art Grand Push Summer 2024 challenge. We got this here and this here. Those were the last two tests. Unfortunately, I didn't get feedback on this one. For some reason, nobody gave me feedback on that. I mean, I'm pretty sure there's something that I can improve myself, but at least I got feedback on this one. I'm glad I got this feedback on this one, and I got two feedback on this. So that was the first feedback that I got. Here, there was some issues again. The curve, the leg did. The leg felt disconnected because of the curve,
the way I did it. The leg was supposed to be downward instead of upward. The upper body was covering more of this side here. I don't have the reference anymore, so I can show it to you guys, but it was covering more. And yeah, proportion issues as well. And yeah, just proportion issues and perspective issues with the shapes and the volumes in general. So this was the feedback. Then I got a second feedback on this sketch here. Saturday, just the Saturday that just passed. But it was more about the clothing, the way I did it, the way I represent the folds. I cannot present it in a better way. If I remember, my coach did something like this. Something like this. I don't remember. I need to rewatch the replay of my critique. What else? Oh yeah, well, this is something that most people tend to critique, but I keep saying that, but people think that I don't know how to make line variation. It's not that I don't know how to do line variation. Like, if you look at my inking here, I got a lot of line variation on my inking. It's just because on the sketch phase, I don't care about line variation. I just want to do my sketch. I just want to focus on that on the sketch phase. I just want to capture my stuff. And yeah, so I got some critique for that, but I'm like, look, I know my line variation. It's just that I don't do it on the sketch phase. I don't care about that. I don't care about no line variation or sketching. So yeah, it's only on the inking I care about it. So yeah, so I got some feedback for that. But other than that, you know, I managed to make it better. But I guess it'd be better than that, you know, especially around the head here. Oh yeah, I got some issues with the eyes as well. She told me that it didn't need to be that small here. This eye doesn't need to be that small. It can be bigger, like, you know, like same height. So like make it a tad bigger as this. So yeah, that was this issue as well to work on. But other than that, I made some better improvement. Also, she told me something about the hair to make it more flowy, make it more interesting. So yeah, that was all that. So yeah, I got my feedback like last Saturday, so I didn't have time to remake it. I was already working on the final project at this point, so I will remake it eventually. So yeah, so that was the last feedback that I got from my last test. And this one, I didn't get any feedback on this, even though I shared it with multiple Discord and multiple people. I didn't get any feedback. But if I had to give feedback to myself and compared to my reference, I think I kind of pushed the perspective even more, because on the reference, the perspective was really pushed, like really pushed. I kind of pushed it even more. And I feel like the placement of the head and the size of the neck could have been better. Like, I feel like the neck is a bit too thin and the head could have been placed even better. Like, the perspective of the head, the way I drew the head could have been better. That's for sure. But I think that's really great. I think it's the hands. I really draw them well. I really like that. So I like them so much that I reused this hand pose for my art book cover, and I got inspired by this. So yeah, those are the things that I will improve on this. So the perspective, push it even further on the eye angle, adjust the size of the neck, and change the perspective of the head to fit it to the actual perspective to make it more dynamic. So that will be the things. But other than that, I think I did pretty well this illustration here that I did. So yeah, so that was like the first 8 weeks of the challenge. So at this point here, we entered into the final project. Oh yeah, another thing that I didn't share you guys, I started doing this as well. Did some figure drawings to get better at drawing dynamic poses and and just a better structure, a better construction for my drawings. And I plan to do those often. So doing a lot of flowy dynamic poses. I plan to do that more often as a main practice, as a warm up for my daily warm ups. I plan to do that. And yeah, so those are, so this was a July completion. So yeah, you can see here a lot of more poses. So yeah, I did that as well for the challenge. But yeah, so now we entered in the last weeks of the challenge, week 9 and 10, the last weeks, the final project. This is where the goal was to revive my very first official OC that I made when I started doing art seriously back in 2018, which was Carla. Give me a sec. I just want to drink some water. I've been speaking a lot, man. I've been dry lips here. All right. So let me show you the OG version of Carla. So this was the first and last time that I drew Carla. So when my first OC. Well, technically it's not my first OC, but that was the first original character that I made official on my social media, and she was intended to be my mascot back then. But back then I was distracted with other stuff, you know, with school projects and wanted to draw other stuff as well. I didn't want to. I wasn't in the mindset of drawing the same character over and over back then, but now I don't mind to do that because I think it's a good way to practice. It's a good way to get better, and if you get better with drawing the same character over and over, you can make something interesting, and people will love to draw it when you do a better job at drawing the character. So yeah, so that was my first OC back then, and my goal for the final project of the challenge, it was to revive her, redesign her, make the mascot alive again, and I did a pretty good job. So let's go over what I did for the last few weeks. So I'm gonna go in order of things that I've done so we can keep track of what we did. So I first started by doing some research on how I want to draw my character. So I already had an idea. So wait, this is the final product, so let's close this. So I already had a good idea of what I wanted for my character. So when it comes to the design here, so I just went with from what I got here. And nope, this is not the good mood board. Yeah, here we go. So I made a mood board, and I already got an idea of what I wanted for my character design to be. Oh wait, my big head is hiding the thing. So yeah, I had this here. So I already wanted. So I already knew my character was based on my childhood crushes, Rias Grimoire and Starfire from Teen Titans. Because when I started to being into anime, Rias Grimoire was the first ever character that I was able to call a waifu. Or this is where I discovered the term waifu, and I wanted to bring some element from Rias Grimoire into my character when it comes to the hair, you know, the red hair, the green eyes, and all this stuff. And also Starfire, because I was a Starfire. Starfire was my childhood crush back then when I was a kid, and I wanted to incorporate this for my character design as well. And also, I knew my character would be someone that's into the urban style, the streetwear fashion, and so this is why I picked some streetwear fashion stuff, and yeah, the shoes and all the stuff. Then after that, the hairstyles that I wanted to try, because yes, though I have a hairstyle here, I wanted to experiment with the hairstyles, because I wanted to make sure that I have something that I actually like and not something that I do by default because I don't know how to draw hair. Because back then, the way I drew the hair was just in a way that because I didn't know how to draw hair. You know, I just did something on the fly. And also back then when I designed my character, I didn't think that deep about the design. Like I was just, I want to make a female character with red hair, green eyes, like Rias Grimoire, like Starfire, and that's it. And she will be black. That's it. You know, I wasn't thinking that deep too much. And back then also, when I first did this character design, I was only doing portraits. I wasn't doing full body characters yet, so I was only focusing on the head part of the character. But now time has changed. We leveled up since then, so we're doing a full character design. And also, I put some reference of the body type that I wanted for my character. I wasn't sure between bottom heavy and hourglasses, so I decided to do the two of them. But we're gonna go step by step. So yeah, so first, on the first day, let's not go by this because I don't remember what I did each day, because sometimes I did more than what I intended to in a day. But yeah, so first step was the research. So I wanted to research the head shape, the shape of the character. I think it's important to know your shapes for your character. Why? Because when you design your character, and it's a character that you intend to draw often, it's good to have to know what are the shape that are that builds your character, that builds your design. So whenever you draw your character in dynamic poses, normal poses or in situations, you know, in a comic and a manga, you know what shape you're gonna use to draw this character, what forms you're gonna use to draw them. And so I started with the head only, so the shape of the head. So so I first started with this, and I actually liked it, but I felt it was too elongated and too mature, because what I was trying to capture the vibe of my childhood crushes, you know, the Raspberry vibe and the Starfire vibe. And as you can see, the both of them, well, not this version of Raspberry, but the later version of her, in season 4 of the anime, they have this mature but also cute / innocent vibe about them, and that confident look, that confident vibe about them. And when you look at their face, you know, when, of course, it's their mannerism, but you know, there's something about their shape language that make them look cute, approachable, and also mature with the shape of their eyes, you know. And I wanted to have that. So here, I think I went a bit too mature because I made the head more elongated, so it felt like she was like a woman in her 30s, you know. And I wanted to create a character that was in her mid 20s or close to 30, but not 30, like, you know, maybe 27 years old type shit, you know, 25, 27, around this range of age. So then I did this version here, which captured what I actually wanted. The head shape is rounded, you know, feels approachable. I have a bit of cuteness in there, but because of the shape of the eyes, she feels mature as well. She feels a bit more adult, you know. So I managed to capture that. But then, even though I managed to capture what I wanted on the second try, I still wanted to see different head shape, different eye shape, to see what I wanted to have. And let me tell you straight, I didn't like those three. Like, at this point, I just wanted to see if I can come up with other things as well, but I didn't like those three. So that was the research. Then I decided to go with the second example here, this one. And after that, this is where we go to step 2. I want to start adding the details, so the hairstyle for the character. So as I showed in the mood board, I brought 4 hairstyles, and 2 of them were pretty similar here. Those 2 here. It's just one has longer hair. Those 2, the blue one and the golden one, the blonde hair. Those 2 here. But I still wanted to experiment, and I think I even come up with a fifth one. So yeah, so I did this. I actually liked it, but the problem with this is that, like I said, this is a character that I'm gonna draw often for this challenge. This is a character that I plan to draw even more later, after I finish designing, after I finish designing the whole character, after I finish doing this challenge. So even though it looks good, it's interesting. Don't get me wrong, it's interesting, but I'm not gonna draw this every time. Like, ain't no way I'm gonna draw all those braids and all those hair strands. So I gave up on that. I did the second one, curly hair. I liked it, but didn't capture the vibe that I was looking for the character, so I gave up on that too. And for this, okay, I went with this hairstyle here, just to realize that, oh wait, this hairstyle is similar to what I tried to do here, but it's just that here I did it badly back in 2018. So I just redid it. I just redid what I did here. I just redid what I did back in 2018, but a bit better and with reference. Then I did this one as well. And again, it looks cool. It looks interesting, but there was ain't no way I was about to draw this character often using this hairstyle. I didn't want to draw that. And this is where this final version here, this final one, came to me. So how did I create this hairstyle? Because as you can see, I didn't have any references here, right, to get this result. So what I did, I just picked what I did back in 2018 plus what this reference here, and create a whole new design of hairstyle. Well, it's close to this. It's pretty much the same as this one here. Those are rulers, so they're pretty much the same. Like, the only difference is that one has the one hairstyle that's more defined and has its own shape language, and the rest of the hair is just going back there. And that's how I came up with this hairstyle here. So it's just a combination of the 2018 version and with real life reference, and make it better shape language wise. And so that concludes step 2 with the research. So I found the design of the head of my character, and then we can close this. No, do not save. Now after the head, we did the turnarounds. Let me bring Discord back to my other screen. I don't need it anymore. Actually, let me go here. Let me check something. So yeah, okay, yeah. After that, we did the that's right. We did the turnaround portraits. So let me find the actual folder. So then we did turnaround portraits. So here we officializing things. So we putting we drawing the different views for the character, so I can know, and if other people want to draw my character, can know how to draw my character in different perspective, you know, front view, side view, back view. I even did 2 side views because I wanted to make a side view with the hair strand that goes in front of the face, and one the side where there's no hair, when the hair strand is on the opposite side, and also showing the props design. So when I first sketched this, the props came on the fly, you know. Well, on the fly, I knew I wanted to put some accessories, but what specific type of accessories I wanted to put, it wasn't clear. It was on the fly. But how I came up with those is that when I create a character and I give them a name, I like to give them a name that represents the character, you know. Like if you go on Google, you write your name meaning, what is the meaning of this name here? Give me a sec. You look for the meaning of your name. They're gonna tell you, okay, your name mean something, like your name mean liberty, power, peace, conqueror type shit, you know. And I like to do those when I create a character design. I like to give a name that represent who they are. And her name by default is Carla. And oh yeah, I didn't explain the lore about behind her name. So the reason why she's called Carla, though I explained it before, but I'm gonna explain for today's video. The reason why I called her Carla is because back then when I first started to go on social media, you know, I created my handle, you know, Carl Art. It was Carl Art 93 back then. Then after that I evolved to Carl Art, then Carl Art Grind. Yeah. So I went from Carl Art 93 to Carl Art Grind. And yeah, when I was going on Twitch and to the Discords and all this stuff, streamers, whenever they greet me, you know, they say, oh, hello Carl Art, but people didn't read Carl Art 93 or Carl Art Grind. They always read Carla RT Grind every time. And in one specific art community, it became an actual joke because people always read my name Carla, and every streamer's always read Carla as well. And yeah, so I decided to make the joke a thing back then in 2018. So I created a mascot called Carla, and that's it. I didn't even use it again. But recently it just came out again. You know, this joke came up again with the Carla everything, because I went to other streams and they kept calling me Carla. And yeah, and that one streamer, you know, he was doing he was reviewing my artwork for the 2023 year, the year 2023. And I showed him because we were talking about the joke Carla and everything, and I showed him the 2018 version, and he told me, yo, you should actually revive her or redesign her and, you know, make it an actual thing, make it a mascot. And that's how I came up with the final project for this challenge, for this 11-week challenge. So I decided to revive Carla. But anyway, this is the lore of how I came up with this character and why she's named Carla. But then since Carla is based on my name Carl, I decided to look what my name means. And if I remember correctly, my Carl means free man, and Carla is just a female version of Carl, so it's gonna be free woman. And I was like, oh, okay, free woman, free man, okay. And you know, it's gonna sound like a reach, but hear me out. So my goal as an artist in general is to reach artistic freedom, and ironically, Carla is gonna be my mascot. And artistic freedom is like be able to draw things without being limited with your lack of knowledge, your lack of skill, all this stuff. This is my goal as an artist, like my bigger goal when it comes to skills as an artist. not as an artist in business wise things, that's another thing. But yeah, and I was like, oh, okay, free woman, all right, so let me find symbolism for freedom or being free, liberty, and all this stuff. And I found a couple things. So I found the rising sun, the Liberty Bell, the typical black hand like this, for the slaves, free when the slavery was abolished and all this stuff. Broken chains. I found a bird it's called a dove. I don't know how you pronounce this word, but anyway, a bird. Anyway, I found a couple of a symbol that represent freedom, and this is where I decided, okay, you know what? For the props, even though that's not something that I did directly after the turnaround, for the props, I said, okay, let me give her an earring that's a sun. I want to make a sun as an earring because the sunrise was apparently as a symbol of freedom, and also I wanted to incorporate a bell. So instead of making an earring of a sun earring and bell earring, I just made one sun earring just on the left side or right side. It's me word. So right side, on the right side, and also I decided to put a little bell on the braid here. So you can see in our design, I made a small braid and there's a bell at the end of it. So those two things are symbolism of freedom. And my goal with my mascot Carla is that, I draw her better as I become better as an artist, which will lead me to the artistic freedom I'm looking for. And I think Carla's gonna be the my best character to show my artistic freedom, to show how good I become at. Of course, I got other projects like my manga Elementasia that, of course, as you read it, I got better at my art. The art's gonna become better with that. But I want to use Carla to show that I become better with my art and that I'm reaching my artistic freedom with her, So yeah, this is why I took the symbolism. So like I said, it's really like a reach, but this is how I work my stuff, like every time I'm making an original character, this is how I try to create them and try to incorporate some elements or some symbolism about their name, meaning into their design. Actually, Carla's the first one I did this. For my characters from my manga, I didn't do it often, but I'm starting to do it now with my newer characters from my manga. But yeah. So I did the turnaround portraits for her. Then after that, oops, I paused the music. After that, I didn't do the props design yet. I was planning to do it, but what I did after that is the character expression sheet. So my goal was to do 6 good expression that I was gonna put into the art book, and I actually did 7. It's just that one of those sketches I didn't like it. It was this sketch here. It's just because the execution, the way I didn't really like it that much. I could have redone it, but I did a 7 one that I really like. I was like, you know what? Screw it, I'm not gonna redo it. So I just gave up on that and move on and did those 6 sketches here that are gonna be in the art book. And by the way, everything that I'm showing you guys today is gonna be into the art book. So yeah, so if you want to have the art book, like I said, I'm gonna make it as a free to download into the Discord and into my website. So the link will be in the description box below when it's gonna be available, or you can just join the Discord and I'll ping everyone on the Discord to tell you guys when the PDF is gonna be able to download, so you can always go back and see all my sketches I did for all the challenge that for the challenge of the past 11 weeks. So yeah, anyway, so yeah, I did some the expression sheet, which I really like. My goal here with the expression is to show her mannerism as someone that's confident and pretty girl type shit, because as you know, as you get better with art, you can make your character look prettier, make your character look cooler. So that was my goal here. So she's really a confident character. She's she likes to be stylish and all this stuff. So that was my goal here. So that's why I put expressions that'll show her more confident side and a bit more negative emotion, just to show a bit more vulnerability to the character. And yeah, so that was my goal with this expression sheet. Then after that, I think that's when I started doing the props design. Let me check the timeline with the Discord. Oh no, I didn't. Okay, I did the prop design, but I did it at the same time as the body type of the character. So let's see, where's the, okay, that's the folder here. So before we go to this folder here, like I said earlier, I was not sure which body type I wanted to give her. So I was hesitating on my French slip here. I was hesitating between bottom heavy body and hourglass. So bottom heavy meaning that you have narrow shoulder, wide hips, which is the typical body type that people draw their female characters with. Or hourglasses, which is, you know, somewhat wide shoulders, somewhat wide hips. So it's pretty balanced. So you got, you know, I'm pretty sure you know your hourglasses shape, you know. Okay, let me do another layer. So you know your hourglass shape. So this is what you got here. And bottom heavy, so that'll be small, big. So this is typically the body type that people choose to draw their female characters. So you can tell the difference between female and male characters, because male characters will be like more like this. It'll be the reverse. So yeah, that'll be the reverse. But you can draw a female character having a top heavy. This means that this female character trained a lot of her upper body part. So yeah, you can draw with those shape for a female character as well. So yeah, so this so I did those two here, and finally I decided to go with the bottom heavy. And when I finished this design, I realized that wait, that's literally Shell from El Dorado body type. So I think I was subconsciously drawing, thinking about Shell as well what I was doing, because like I said, when I was creating my character, I wanted to incorporate some stuff from my childhood crushes from cartoons and anime. So maybe I subconsciously was thinking about Shell when I was doing her, and this is why I liked at the end bottom heavy. Which ironically, because when I first started doing this, I was like, you know what? I'm pretty sure I will go with the hourglass, because you know I like the hourglass. I like the hourglass body type. But when I finished them, I was like, I think I'll go with the bottom heavy actually. So yeah. So my childhood won over for the design of the character. So yeah, then after that, that was a step 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That was step 5. Then after that, I did the props design. So I wanted to have a specific blueprint to how to draw the design of the hearing and the design of the bell. And I even wanted to make the small marbles inside the bell, just to say that you know, like if one day I ever decide to make some animation for the character, and you know, when she walks or run, you can hear the sound of her little bell in the braid, you know. So this is why I decided to make I made a specific props design for without the hair and showing the marble. I didn't draw it, but I drew a, well, you can see the arrow hit now, but there's an arrow showing that yeah, there's marbles in there that will make sound into the bell. So whenever she walks, she runs, you can hear a clink clink ching ching or whatever the sound of bell is. So yeah, so this is where so that was step 5. Then after that, we started to actually design the character. Now we are at step 6. The clothing design. I had a lot of fun with this. I'm not gonna lie. I wasn't expecting to have that much fun with the design here, but yeah, bro, that was so much fun. So, and I think it's because I was really making my research at this time for this character design. So this is why it was fun to make it. And yeah, so like I showed you in the mood board, my goal was to make her wear some streetwear design style. So the streetwear design style. So I had 4 clothing here, and I came up with 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So yeah, so I just literally redrew what I was seeing in those references. So I did all those versions here, and I decided to make I said to actually make an extra version here, because I wanted to try drawing her with it's not called Gyaru socks, but Gyaru's wear those socks. It's called something else. Leg warmers. yeah, I wanted to try to draw with leg warmers just to see what it looks like, and I wanted to actually make the design with leg warmers, but I didn't find a specific streetwear design that I will like with leg warmers, so I gave up on this idea. So I was looking into those things here, and at first, at first I wanted to go with this design here, this clothing design when I first did it. Then after that, I was about to draw this design here, but then when I was doing it, I didn't draw the sleeve yet. I was like, yo, I actually like this clothing design without the sleeve. I actually like it. So I made a duplicate and then draw one version with the sleeves here. So this is the original, from the original reference. And yeah, so I did this one too. Didn't really like it, honestly. But I mean, I like the pens design that I made here, but I didn't like how tight the pens were. And this one I like it, but this will be more like, you know, a specific outfit. Like, you know, if I make a beach illustration for her, you know, I'll probably make her wear this outfit. And like I said, I didn't like this outfit here because it didn't feel like too much streetwear. But it's still streetwear, but it's not the type of streetwear that I will love my character to wear. So at the end, I decided to go with this outfit here. This is the official outfit for my character. And this concludes the step. I don't know, step 6, 7. I don't remember. Oh man. All right, we're almost done. We're almost done with this. So yeah. And then we have, after that, it was time to do the actual character turnarounds with the official design. So we did the portrait turnarounds once we finished doing the whole design for the head. So the head shape, the hairstyle, the props, accessories I will put in her face, and all the stuff. After that, we did the turnaround. So now it was time to do the turnaround of the full body of the character. Where is it? What the heck? Huh? Where's the turnaround? What? Is it on this here? No, this is the color palette, color palette swap. It's nothing but, oh, I'm so blind. Okay, so yeah, now we did. It was time to start doing the turnarounds for the full body of the character, and same thing as the head portrait. You know, I did a side view, back view, and front view. Except that for this one, I didn't do the side view where there's no where there wasn't any strands, because I already did it for the portrait. I was like, hey, is there any reason to make another version without on the opposite side of the strand? I don't think so. People just need to refer to the actual portrait and they make up the rest, you know, like the side of, like the clothing, the two sides are the same, you know, like they are the same. And for the back, I had to make two versions because I want to make a version where you can see the actual back of the clothing, and also there's my logo here on the clothing, so I wanted to show that. And I make the version with her long hair for the character. So yeah, so it was a pretty simple job here. The only hard part maybe was the hairstyle I had to make, because yes, I did simplify the hairstyle when we were doing not this. Did I close it? Yeah, so yeah, I simplified the hairstyle here. I just made an arc. I didn't specifically did the strands or anything like that. So that was the challenge for this the turnaround. It wasn't drawing the body consistently looking the same. It was really drawing the hair strands in the back and also in the front to show it. But other than that, it was a pretty good a pretty fun job to do. So yep. Then after that, it was time to find the color palette. So at first I wanted to make something that was red color. So okay, the skin color was confirmed, the hair color was confirmed, the eyes color were confirmed. So green eyes, red hair, and brown skin, that was confirmed. So I had to find a way to do the clothing so it can match with the rest of the colors, because one thing that I didn't practice for the challenge and I had to practice it was practicing colors. though people always praise my colors, say yo, I'm really good with my coloring and all this stuff, I'm still feeling that I'm lacking in my coloring department. Because the last time I did study colors or practice colors was back in 2018, and since then I never practiced color again. I just colored the way I learned how to do it in college, and that's it. I didn't bother to study even more, but I plan to change that soon. And yeah, so and ironically, I went with the color palette. For the first color palette, I went with the color palette of Starfire. As you can see here. Zooming in. So purple and, well, it's purple and gray, but I went purple and blue-ish. So I went with this color palette, and she had a similar hairstyle here. See? So similar hair color, similar eyes color. Literally, like, Carla is just a human version of Starfire, because Starfire is an alien, if I'm not mistaken. She's an alien with orange skin. I've just made a human version of a Starfire, but more personalized to me. So yeah, so I came up with this color palette here. Then after that, I just changed the hue for the clothing for each version. So I decided to keep the shoes white, or okay, it's blue-ish white, but it's technically white. It's just that they want to put flat white on it. I wanted to have a tint of another color, and I thought blue was a good color to go in there, since it goes well with the red, the red color, because red and blue goes well together. And then I just changed the hue saturation for the rest of it. So honestly, I almost went with the blue clothing just because my brand color is blue, and blue is my favorite color. But purple is my second favorite color, and I was like, you know what? Let me give purple a chance to the color purple a chance to show up in my brand. So I'm gonna use Carla. Gonna give Carla as a final design the color purple, and yeah. So yeah, I just decided to go with this, and you actually already saw this here on the inking on the final version here, and yeah, so this is the final version, the final colors, the final design of Carla. The design is done. The character design is finished. So now what's next? It was time to actually draw the character and apply everything that I've learned, practiced for the past. At this time it was week 10. Yeah, it was week 10. So for the past 9 weeks, and this is where the project already started, but the real challenge started. So I started to make some illustrations here and there for the characters. So we first did some figure drawing practice, so I can find out, okay, what pose I can draw my character in to show a mannerism. And my goal for the poses that I wanted to make for my character, I wanted to show her confidence. I wanted to show that how she can be to your face. She's really confident about her beauty. Like, she knows she's a pretty woman, and she's really confident about herself, you know. So that was my goal with the poses. So I wanted to make poses where the character is open, you know, because a character that's confident, they will be open. They will show like, yo, look, I'm not scared of you, so come to me if you want to. Someone that is shy, introverted, their poses will be close, so their arms will be close to their chest. You know, they will hide their hands in their pockets. You know, they will slouch a little bit. They don't show, their eyes are always down and all this stuff, you know. So I want to avoid all poses that will show that, and I don't want to show it too much vulnerability as well, you know. Like, she can be vulnerable, but that's not her main thing, being vulnerable. I want to really show a confident side. And say, yeah, I look on Pinterest many poses that has this type of mannerism that I'm looking for. And what I did differently here is that instead of drawing the poses exactly from the reference, I decided to combine a lot of poses to create new poses. Some of them is like literally I just tweak the placement of the arms or placement of the legs to match it to my liking. But yeah, I managed to create new poses. So I came up with all those 6 poses, and of course I did a breakdown here. So see, I remember when I told you guys it's important to know the shape of your character. This is what I did here. By knowing the shape of a character, it will be easier for you to draw the poses, because you'll know, okay, what shape I need to use, what proportion I need to use to draw my character in this certain pose here and there, you know. So I made a breakdown of Carla here. So this is the shape that I'm using when I'm drawing her, whenever I'm drawing her. And yeah, so I came up with 5 poses, and I selected 2. to make the drip marketing illustration. So what is a drip marketing illustration? Is if you play Genshin Impact or Zenless Zone Zero or what's this other game name? Honkai Star Rail. I'm pretty sure you've seen a lot of their when they reveal a character, they make a character with a certain layout and all this stuff. This is what we call drip marketing. Is just to showcase the character, showcase who they are, have a bit of information about them. And this is what I did here. So I made 2 illustrations of drip marketing. I made 2 drip marketing illustration, and that was the first one here, which I really like. You know, this is where I show her mannerism, and I think I recapture her. The fact that she's confident, she's really comfortable with who she is, and and how beautiful she is. You know, to the point that I make her hair floating like that, even though there's no wind. And I make a second drip marketing illustration, and I did it yesterday. Do I show it to you guys? You know what? Now I'm gonna keep it for the art book. So if you want to see the second pose, the second drip marketing illustration, you just have to download the art book whenever it's going to be available in the Discord or in the website. So yeah, that was the first drip marketing illustration here, and like I said, I managed to capture a confidence and all and a mannerism the way I imagined to. And the colors as well popping as well. It's popping better than I thought. Like the color combination is really satisfying to look at. And I'm really happy with that because, like I said, purple is my second favorite color, but I never got the chance to use purple in any of my design, but I managed to do it here, and I'm really happy with that. Then I did a second illustration where I got inspired by Zenless Zone Zero. Those are called Mindscape. Let me find a reference of that there. So you can know what I'm talking about. Okay, here we go. So yeah, I'm pretty sure you've seen those illustrations everywhere since Zenless Zone Zero got popular. But yeah, so my goal was to make an illustration similar to the same vibe, same illustration here. Not same illustration, but to the same vibe, you know. And if you know the game, if you play the game, you know there's 2 versions of this of those illustrations. So you got this version here. That's the first version when you unlock the first 4 constellation of the character, or when you got the first 4 duplicate of the character, right? And then you got then you reach the level 6 of the character. You unlock a more sensual, sexier version of the illustration if it's a female character like this. And I want to do something similar like this, you know, with my own character, because it fits her theme of being confident, her mannerism, being comfortable with herself, on how she is, how pretty she is, and I want to do the same thing with my character. But I won't show you guys the second version because I think it might be TOS for Twitch and TOS for YouTube, so I won't show it to you guys. But if you're in the Discord and you want to see it early before I publish the art book, the digital art book, you can join the Discord and just tell the mods or tell me that you're 18 plus. We're gonna give you the 18 plus role, and I post the illustration in the in the not safe for work room, because for some reason people don't know we got a not safe for work room. Even though I told them that, yo, if you want to have access to the not safe for work room, just say it. I'm gonna give you access to it. I'm just gonna give you the role for that. But yeah, so let me show this version here, because I don't want to. I can't open the CSP file. But if I open it, you guys gonna see the quote unquote not safe for work version. But it's not really just for it. It's pretty tame, you know. So this is the first version that I did. So yeah, so I made a pose of her being really comfortable, you know, lifting her leg and all this stuff, you know, and having a confident expression. But for that, before I even was able to do this, I did a couple sketches for that, if I can find them. Okay, it's on the CSP file. Okay, I'm not gonna risk it. So yeah, but I can show you guys the mood board. So I wanted to capture the same essence of the Mindscape from the Zenless Zone Zero game here. So this is more Nicole, but I want to capture the same, yeah, something like this, you know, like the characters laying down, being comfortable, grace, something like this, you know, Just a character being, you know, chilling like this. I want to capture that. So yeah, and I found multiple poses that I want to put my character in. And yeah, so I took this pose here in the middle. And I've changed the perspective to fit it to my liking. And this is what I came up with. And of course, like I said, there's a second version of it which is full color, and yeah, it's really different. So if you want to see it, like I said, feel free to join Discord and just tell the mods or tell me if I'm online. Well, I'm always online, but whenever I'm on my computer, if I catch you, you know, just ping me. I'll give you the role to get access to the room so you can see the full illustration, or you can wait for the art book when it's gonna be available. So yeah, so that was the second illustration that we did. Then after that, I did a second drip marketing illustration as well. I started sketching it a little bit, refined the sketch, but I didn't finish it. I finished it yesterday. Let's bring this up here. Okay. So I was starting to make the second drip marketing illustration, and then it was the time to make the final illustration, which was the art book cover. And I think I've peaked with this illustration. You already seen it. I already showed it to you guys. The cover. Here we go. So that was the last illustration. Well, technically last illustration of the challenge here for the art book. So I wanted to put in front of the art book my character design, Carla. Since she's gonna be the mascot, might as well give her the spotlight on the art book cover. And yeah, so that was my last illustration. And like I said, I got inspired so much by that last test that I did here, so much by the way I drew the hands, the way I did everything, that I've just replicated here in a different perspective. And shout out to that one person that came to the stream and gave me some feedback on the way I draw the arm here, the upper arm. Where's my pen? I've lost my pen. Ah, here we go. Okay, this arm over here. I don't know if you guys can see my, but anyway, this arm, the upper arm here. They gave me some feedback on how I did the perspective was a bit off, and yeah, now it looks better. So yeah, and then after that, that was the end of the challenge, man. That's all we did. Actually, oh yeah, I forgot one thing. We did some graffiti as well. This is something that I didn't plan to do at all, but after getting some feedback on how feedback on the cover, because you know I use a font, a default font that was boring. I got some advice that, you know, why don't I start doing graffiti, since my style is close to Tetsuya Nomura's, might as well do graffiti, a graffiti design. And yeah, so I decided to learn how to do graffiti. So this is tags that I've did. I still need to do one more tag for 2024. So I did summer here. I did my name. I did the name of the art book, you know, hyperbolic art book, Carl or Grind. I need to write the by Carl or Grind, and I did summer here. I'm gonna write summer 2024 in a graffiti tag. So yeah, so that's all we did for the 11-week challenge. So yeah, that came to the conclusion. So now, oh shit. Okay, that's okay. I can close everything. I do save. How long will be? 1 hour 28 minutes, bro. I thought the review will just take 30 minutes to do. It took longer than I thought, but it's okay, because that's gonna be the quote-unquote last lengthy video we're doing for the daily art grind. But yeah, so yeah, let's go back to the artboard here, the board. So yeah, the to-do list. So let me check this. So anatomy, optimize it. I did this, so I can check that. Learn to simplify anatomy, optimize it. So simplify anatomy, by that I mean like learn how to draw with shape, forms, the cartoon aesthetic, cartoon design. By doing this final project, I think I pretty much did well. So I think we can check this. Delete complete. No, don't delete it. Leave it. So yeah, now let's do a breakdown of what if I achieve my goals or not. Yeah, close the window. I don't need it anymore. First, let me drink some water. All right. So let me just bring the setup back to what it was, like always. So oh shit. So maybe my voice won't be as loud as before because the mic's gonna be a bit further away than usual, but hopefully you can still hear me properly. So so yeah, let's make a breakdown. So I'm gonna actually write things down. So okay. So question number one for me. Did I improve or achieve my goal? The answer to that, I will say that I did improve. That's for sure. I did improve my art, but I didn't achieve my goal yet. Because my expectation to what I was expecting to achieve by the end of this challenge is to really minimizing as much possible the fundamental mistake. And when I say minimizing, like to the point, like when you look at my work, it's hard to pinpoint mistakes, you know, like the pros, you know, like nobody is perfect when we draw. Nobody's perfect in the artwork. There are always some mistakes, but those mistakes are so minimal that you won't be able to spot them. In my case, I still make mistakes that are noticeable from the naked eye, for other people, as of course. For me, it's a bit hard, but I'm sorry to see them. And also, I wanted to reach that level where I'm able to see those mistakes, so I will be able to minimize them, because I think I still lack some self-awareness in my own artwork to spot those mistakes. Because if it's not someone else that spot them for me, I won't be able to tell if I make a mistake. Like I can see like obvious mistakes, like, you know, like if I make something too big or too small, but you know, things like, you know, foreshortening, perspective, how to do things, how to do some complex things, I still make fundamental mistakes that are noticeable for other people, but for some reason I'm not able to notice them. For me, like I'm like, oh yeah, I did well, but I think I did well, but no, it's wrong, it's trash, you know. So I didn't achieve my goal, but I did improve in two aspects in when it comes to character drawing. The first one is the aesthetic. I think that I'm really close to Tetsuya Nomura aesthetic. Not only in drawing characters, but also in just the fact I started to make graffiti. I still need to work on my graffiti part thing, but that's something new, you know. Like I started doing this yesterday. You know, I'm one day old in the graffiti world. But for first time doing graffiti, I think I didn't do bad, you know. And so I think when it comes to the aesthetic, I'm really close to Tetsuya Nomura. What makes me not at the level of Tetsuya Nomura are two things here, and this is the feedback that I got from another artist. So that comes to question number two. So question number one, answer. I'm gonna make the answer in green. So I did improve, but not achieve the goal. And I'll make in parentheses. Anyway, that shit here. By achieve goal, I mean my expectation of achievement. Because maybe for someone else, someone else will look at my art challenge. They will look at what I did over the past of the 11 weeks, and they say, "Yo, you did achieve your goal in certain shape or form, but not totally. But I did achieve it, maybe. But for me, for my expectation, I didn't achieve it." Of the achievement. So then it comes to question number two. What do I need to achieve the goal next time? Damn, I can't write. So the answer to that, As like I said, I got some feedback for my art, you know, in from the few hours, not few hours, for the past couple hours that I've done, and the feedback that I got, and something that I keep hearing every time someone critiquing my work, is that my structure needs work. My structure and my volumes need work. Structure in the sense like the way I draw my stuff. I don't think it's a reach to say that I know my anatomy. I don't think it's a reach. I definitely know my anatomy. I can draw it better with a better structure. Because the thing that I've noticed is that my anatomy mistakes are not mistakes as, oh, I don't know how to draw this part of the anatomy. My mistakes are, I don't draw the structure of this part of the anatomy well. That's my issue. So I need to get better at that. And the way to do it is more anatomy practice, but not in the way I used to study it. The way I used to study it as, oh, I'm learning something that I don't know. Now is I need to study how to draw it properly with the aesthetic that I'm drawing in. If it makes sense, you know, like the structure, like, you know, looking at Tetsuya Nomura's work and also Color Reaper's work. Actually, more Tetsuya Nomura, because I'm more leaning towards his style than Color Reaper's. Color Reaper's was really like, I wanted to learn how to cartoonize things, you know. And like I said, I think I got a good grasp with that with my own stuff. But for the fundamentals, I need to really work on the structure. For the volume, my issue is that sometimes the way I'm drawing things in perspective is not properly drawn. You know, like I'm not pushing stuff enough, or I tend to go a bit flat in certain areas in my artworks. Also, when it comes to structure, there's also the proportions issues as well. There's some proportion issues sometimes. Like example, sometimes I make the neck too thin. I make the legs a bit too long. And when it comes to the body twist, sometimes, you know, like I talked about it earlier. So yeah, those are the two things that I mainly need to work on, and that will bring me closer to the level. Closer to the level to Senomura, I don't know, but closer to this realm, you know, closer to be pro level, you know, as an artist. When it comes to my aesthetic as not aesthetic, when it comes to mastering character drawing. So that's my answer to that. So so what I need to do next to achieve the goal next time, improve, practice, my structure. So in parentheses, structure, anatomy, not muscle itself, but how I draw it, and volume. So parentheses, avoiding fall flat, literally fall flat. Have the right curvature. And there was something else. Oh, and capture the right perspective. By pushing or pulling shapes and forms. So yeah, so those are the two questions that I had to answer for myself by the end of the challenge. So yes, I did improve. Yes, did I close the board? Oh yeah, I closed it. Let me reopen it. Give me a sec. I did make some progress. So, you know, like this year, you know, at the end of the challenge, you know, I always need to make some but not even at the end of the channel, but every week I make those reflection about the art, what I did this week, what I need to improve, and I've been doing it over and over. This is why I managed to make some improvement week by week, you know. And the goal is not to improve by 100% in 1 week, is to improve 5%. Try to at least improve by 5%. If you make 1% improvement, is good as well. No, what we need is to be, what I need is to be in a constant state of improvement, or try to be in a constant improvement, because there will be times that you will stagnate. Sometimes it's not your fault, it's just because you don't have enough information, or you have a hard time to apply the knowledge that you gain. But as long that you make 1% improvement, you're on the right track. The goal is to be unstoppable, not invincible. That's the thing. Bars. So yeah. So yeah, so those were the 2 questions that I needed to ask myself, and what to do next. So what does that mean? Is that this means the next time I'm doing a hyperbolic arc grind push challenge, which is probably gonna be the time by the time I come back from vacation. Next time I'm gonna do it, I'm gonna still focus on mastering character drawing, because I'm really close to get. I feel like, and I like to think at least, that I'm close to master character drawing. I'm close to it. And this is just by focusing on fundamentals. And this time I'm not even gonna focus on aesthetic, because the aesthetic is there. I capture it. I got it. It's there, and it's only gonna get better by the time that I'm getting better with my fundamentals, with what I'm liking, my structure and my volumes. Because I absorbed everything that I wanted to absorb from Tetsuya Nomura, and also from Color Reaper. Well, more or less Color Reaper, because Color Reaper is really like the structure I wanted to get to absorb, and I still need to work on that. So it's not an aesthetic thing for Color Reaper's work, it's more of a structure thing. So I'm gonna work on that and on the volume for the next hyperbolic arc grind push. So you already know what you already know what's gonna be the next hyperbolic arc grind push. It's gonna be again master character drawing. It's just that my approach is gonna be different from the way I did it. For this challenge, we focus on fundamental and aesthetic, but for the next challenge, we're mainly gonna focus on fundamentals, and we're still gonna do the test illustrations and all this stuff, which we're gonna apply the aesthetic a bit better. We're still also gonna do performance practice every day. I'm gonna do a practice sketch, I'm gonna do a drill practice, and then after that, I'm gonna do a test, a mini test, and the big test is gonna be every Friday, like I did for this challenge here. So that's gonna be my goal for my next hyperbolic push. So master character drawing / structure volume, get better at drawing that. So yeah, that's gonna be my next my next move for the next challenge. And like I said, it's gonna be probably in September, but the only thing is that it might be behind the scenes though, because I told you guys that come back for September, I'm gonna focus on working on manga Elementasia and the one-shot manga that I've been in the mentorship. So if I'm doing an hyperbolic or grand push, everything that I'm gonna do is gonna be behind the scenes, and maybe from time to time I'm gonna do it on stream or on video, depending on what I'm gonna work on the day, you know. So that's gonna be a thing. So yeah, so that's it. That's the end of the challenge. And if I have to grade myself for this challenge, honestly, I'll give myself for final grade, I'll give myself a B minus. The reason why I give myself a B minus, because I was about to give myself a C plus, but I'm gonna give myself a B minus. The reason why I give myself a B minus is because I still made some improvement in certain areas of my artwork, even if it's not perfect. Well, not perfect. Even though it's not to the level that I wanted to, I still made improvement. I didn't stagnate and I didn't become worse. That's already a good thing, because it happens that do art studies or art challenge for a certain amount of time and you stagnate. It happens. In the worst case scenario, you become worse. And I wish that to nobody. Becoming worse after doing studies, bro. That's the worst thing that can happen. I wish that on nobody, and I don't wish that on myself as well. So yeah, so I did make some improvement. It's not big improvement, but I made improvement there. I don't know how much I made improvement, but I can see from where I started, where I started to the challenge and how I draw now, I draw my stuff now, I made improvement. It might be a 5% improvement or 10% improvement, but I made something. That's what matters. So that's what made my grade a bit higher. Another thing that makes my grade a bit higher was the fact that one of my goals was to be comfortable at drawing with shapes and forms, which I did. Whenever I sketch, I'm able to draw with shape and form without too much restricting myself anatomy. Because back then, before this challenge, I was mainly drawing with anatomy in mind. No shape, no form, no design element, no creative element, just anatomy. So I had this weird looking characters that were looking stiff and didn't have the appeal that I was looking for. And back then I didn't understand why, but I finally understand that my goal was to really work in a more cartoony way. So I had to focus on the fundamental of shape and forms, which I went back to and applied in my everyday sketch. So I didn't focus too much on anatomy. The only part of anatomy I focused on were the proportion and the balance of stuff when I'm using shapes. You know, if I wanted to exaggerate something, I will make sure that everything is balanced more or less. Proportion, I still have issues with that because it's a part of the structure. I still have some issues with that, but you know, I made some tiny improvement into this area, but still need more work. So I managed to do that. So that's what made the grade a bit higher. That's why I did give myself a C+. And the reason why I gave myself a B- is also the aesthetic, the style. Being close to the style of Tetsuya Nomura was one of my goals. Color Reaper was, like I said, it was more for the structure. So it wasn't really like an aesthetic thing. It was really for the structure of the cartoons, designs, and be simple with the designs of my characters, you know. Don't need to go with the Final Fantasy 14 designs type shit, you know. I didn't want to do all that. I wanted to be really simple and have appealing characters, and I like to think that I managed to do that, especially with Carla, because I think Carla is the first design in a long time since K that I fell in love with it, you know. Like I like the character. Like when I'm drawing the character, I'm excited to draw it. I used to draw character design from my manga that I didn't like. It's not that I didn't like design, it's just that I wasn't looking forward to draw them. I'm like, yo, this design is boring, it's not interesting, all this stuff. The aesthetic is not appealing, and etc. But Carla is like another character that I managed to draw, and that every time I'm drawing her, I'm really excited to draw it. Like, you know, like even if I don't have the skill yet to draw my crazy ideas, the fact that I'm looking forward to still draw her in the crazy idea that I have, it's a big improvement for me, and this means I did a good job with the character design. So that's why I gave myself a B- for this entire challenge of the Art Public Art Grind Push Summer 2024 edition challenge. So yeah, so that concludes the art review, the challenge review, and yeah, like I said at the beginning, I'm really glad that I made it. I made it happen. I'm really glad that I was consistent with the YouTube videos. There were days I wasn't able to upload because of life happened, convention, and yeah, but other than that, bro, I was consistent with the YouTube videos. I'm really surprised, and seems like my work paid off, because I went from, at the beginning of the challenge, I was at like what, 27 subscribers on the YouTube. Now I'm at 146 last time I checked. I'm at 146. That's a big level up in 3 months. In 3 months of uploading videos on YouTube. I mean, it's not the fastest, of course, but for me that's fast, because I don't know if I told you guys, but I used to have a YouTube channel before. I used to make YouTube videos on gameplays, playthroughs, but it took me 5 years to reach 100 subscribers, and I managed to do what I did in 5 years in 3 months, going from 27 subscribers to 146 subscribers, and it's still growing. Every time I'm uploading a video, I'm getting new subscribers, which I think it's good. I think, but yeah, I've been really consistent with that, and I'm proud of myself. And yeah, so I think that deserve you know, hand clap or whatever, applause toward myself, and also I think that deserve a good vacation. a 1 week vacation where I'm still gonna be grinding the art, but in a more relaxed way, you know. So yeah, so that's it. That's the end. So thank you guys for being there for my 11-week challenge. It was really fun. Really glad with the improvement that I made. And yeah, so that's pretty much it. So what time it is? It's already 12:09. You know what? I plan to play some Chrono Trigger, but I'm really tired. I've been speaking a lot, and the review took more time than I thought. I thought it would take at least 30 minutes, maximum 30 minutes, but I've been recording for 1 hour 50 minutes now, and I think I'm gonna end the stream in the video now. So yeah, so sorry, no Chrono Trigger today, guys. I know I promised you guys, but yeah, nah, my throat is tired. It's tired. I'm tired of speaking. Because if I'm playing Chrono Trigger, I'm just gonna be silent the whole stream. I won't talk at all. And I don't want that. I don't want to drag down the quality of the stream. So yeah, so I think I'm gonna end the stream here for today and end the video as well. So yeah, so I'll let you guys go. Again, thank you for coming to the streams. Thank you for being there for the past 11 weeks of the art challenge. I'll see you guys September. I don't know which on what date. Though, because even though I'm gonna come back from September, I won't stream once I'm coming back directly. I'm gonna take the time to recover from the jet lag and all this stuff, try to pose myself, you know, and also prepare, be organized for the rest of the year. Because after that, when I come back September, there'll be like October, November, December. There's gonna be 3 months, well, okay, 4 months left, and I'm gonna use those 4 months to boost myself really, really high by the end of the year. So 2025, we're starting strong. We're starting in a strong note. So yeah, for the last 4 months of the year, we're going hard. Pause. But but yes, yeah. So I'm going back in September. So yeah, so like always, guys, you know, you can follow me on my socials. So you post to get doing on my Instagram, Twitter, website, YouTube channel, where I used to post daily videos until August 19th, until today. So when I come back, I don't know if I'm gonna continue posting daily. We'll see. Like I said, I'm gonna make some playing for that. And yeah, so you can follow me on my other show where I post my artworks, and I'm gonna post some graffiti design a bit more on my Instagram and Twitter as well. More whips. Actually more sketches, because I won't be able to do full illustrations for the times I'm gonna be on vacation. So yeah, so you can follow me there for that. You can join the Discord as well. It's gonna support Discord to get the link to that. It's for everyone, no need to pay a sub or anything like that. Everyone can join. You can show your own artwork, art studies, comic and mangas if you're working on one, so people can read it. And talking about manga, I got my own manga Elementasia that you can read for free on my website. It's support manga to get the link to that. There's already 4 chapters I'm able to read right now. And if you like it, please share with your friends, families, or anyone that is gonna like it. So keep looking on my manga Elementasia. And all the links that I just said right now for people watching me on YouTube, the link is in the description box below. And yeah, so I'll let you guys go. Enjoy the rest of your summer, because I know school starting. Actually, school starting this week for some of you guys, right? So I know school is starting. So enjoy the couple days left that you have from your summer vacation, and have a good back to school. Hopefully you're gonna see back your friends, gonna see some new friends, starting new relationship, you know, getting girlfriends or boyfriends, I don't know, you know, because you know that's the school life, you know. So yeah, enjoy those times, and I'll see you guys in September for the art grind again. We're gonna go hard, pause again, and and yeah, so like always, keep grinding, take some break, and don't slack. And yeah, I'll see you guys in September for the art grind. And yeah, all right, peace.